Hey, Social Media Strategy Summit. Thanks so much for having me again this year. I last spoke about 10 underused social ad formats, and now we're diving into video for social media marketing and how you can create video content that can be repurposed across different social channels for organic content and for ads. A bit about me. My day job consists of leading paid social for Fortune 500 brands such as Shell and previously Google, Bayer, L'Oreal, and I also teach social media marketing at Baruch College. My latest extracurricular is being a part of a cohort of rising female leaders as part of the Ad Club of New York. An honor to be part of this executive program. Now, on to the fun part. It's no secret that video has become a big opportunity for brands and advertisers to share their story in short and long form. According to Animoto's State of Social Video Trends report, video is consumers' #1 favorite type of content to see from brands. And social media is the top reason marketers name for creating videos over the past year. More importantly, the staggering statistic, 93% of businesses say they've gotten a new customer because of social video. Now, there's no one-size-fits-all strategy. Not all videos for social media platforms can work for every single thing. Know your audience on each platform and how users in general consume content from each of them. What works for you on YouTube may not work on Twitter. What works for you on Instagram may not be ideal for LinkedIn. This is exactly where a tailored approach comes in. Facebook has a staggering 8 billion views per day when it comes across all their video products. When it comes to user behaviors, users look at updates from their friends and family, also partake in Facebook Watch, which means people are already immersed in video related to their interest and topic. And for those of you that don't know what Facebook Watch is, think of it as also like a secondary YouTube, another portal or channel for Facebook to showcase different video content from different creators on different series. When it comes to how video is utilized on Facebook for advertising and organic, video is placed in Facebook feed, Facebook stories, Facebook in-stream, as well as Facebook Live. And what's great is that you can promote after your live is over. When it comes to organic, the video content will live on Facebook feed, and in your instance, your Facebook page, Facebook stories as the brand, and on your Facebook Live as well too. Facebook also allows pages to upload pre-recorded lives as well. When it comes to the best practices, please keep in mind that you should always be designing your video for a paid social strategy first and foremost. This is because organic posts receive 0 to 2% reach. And when you do design for paid, you can also post organically on your page or via your stories afterwards. From our experience, 6 to 15 seconds generate the highest video completion. This is great for both feed and stories and in-stream, as the latter two is 15 seconds max. Also, make sure that you're designing for sound off. This doesn't mean that you can't test with longer format, but may be more useful to re-engage users who have already seen your video content from paid and organic first, and then later remarket those users with longer form video content, more like like to say education video to continue your brand storyline. When it comes to the specs, make sure that you're looking at all of Facebook's requirements when it comes to in-feed as well as in-stream. Just from my quick notes, 16:9 is perfect for both of those formats, and you should also maximize full screen experience when it comes to stories, even if you have the option to post a square post for Instagram. When it comes to our content ideas, I recommend utilizing it for promotions, utilizing video for storytelling on brand, executive teams, and about your staff, introduce a new product, as well as promote an event or activity. As you can see on the right-hand side, you see Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts a few years ago did a really great job when it came to utilizing their Facebook Live to engage their users pre-Valentine's Day by walking them through a day in the life of someone that makes donuts. And it was also a really fun way to get their users to also participate. Another great video example that I personally love and an ad that I've seen reoccurring over and over again the last few weeks is from Charity Water, where Charity Water actually promoted a longer form video ad with the founder's story in terms of his origins, where he got the inspiration from, and really sparked an emotion in me. So I'm not saying that everyone has to go out there and create a live just like Dunkin' Donuts or create a compelling story like Charity Waters. It still has to be relevant to your brand and your brand voice as well too. But if you do have a story to tell, Facebook's a really great forum to share that story in short and long form. When it comes to Instagram, did you know that this month actually marks 10 years of doing it for the gram? And did you know that posts containing videos receive 38% more engagement than images itself? When it comes to how users are actually utilizing Instagram, people are looking for inspiration, looking for entertainment, and actually expect to see influencer content. For some of you that may have noticed, influencer content has become quite popular when it comes to brands promoting it within their own channels. They'll utilize an ambassador's face, testing out their products or their services, sharing a testimonial about it, and things of that nature. What's really great is that Instagram has launched something called branded content as well too, so you can appear as MAC Cosmetics is with at Amelia Tran as a branded content partner, and that way both of you can actually see your brand success when it comes to posting about each other's content and the brands and services that you're talking about. When it comes to advertising organic, video will appear on Instagram feed as well as Instagram stories, and Instagram has a great suite of organic products, and I'm really, really excited to see what they'll do with it and monetize off of it from an advertising standpoint. So videos can also appear on Instagram feed and Instagram stories, as well as the new Instagram Reels, which is very, very similar to TikTok, short snackable video content paired with music clips and noises and sounds and things of that nature. Instagram Live, which is also part of stories, and Instagram TV, which is great because you could also promote this longer form content through an in-feed post as well, allowing users to click keep watching so that they can actually keep watching and actually see more of your Instagram TV content. When it comes to best practices, the video content needs to be timely and relevant. A lot of Instagram users are exploring the platform to really understand what's happening now. Use colors and interesting graphics to really hook your users. While Instagram is also being advertised within Facebook's advertising network in general, it is still a very, very different platform. Similar to Facebook, short and sweet. 6 to 15 seconds is where I've seen the best success when it comes to overall video content on both Facebook and Instagram. Make sure that you're thinking about the specs properly. Facebook's Business Manager has a great suite of advertising specs and organic specs that you should definitely mark down. But in general, for Instagram, definitely create square for feed and vertical for stories to really maximize the space that it allows you to utilize. Create snackable content via Reels. As mentioned, this is very, very similar to TikTok, and it should be utilized a little bit differently than how you would utilize video content for stories. This is a really great way for you to show off a creative side of your brand that you never really had a chance to before. And you could do it right here, right now when it comes to Instagram Reels. And last but not least, link to longer form content via Instagram TV using your in-feed posts. Now, this is a great example of how you can utilize short form content to really reel someone in, no pun intended, to get someone to actually listen to your brand story in a much more authentic, genuine way so that they can consume longer content that they normally wouldn't when it comes to browsing on their feed. Now, if someone's really engaged when it comes to being exposed to your Instagram TV teaser as part of your in-feed posts, they will continue to click keep watching. And that way, that really allows you to really share your brand message in a way that you haven't been able to before. Which leads into our content ideas. Create a hashtag series. Think about utilizing hashtags such as Motivation Monday or Travel Tuesday. Again, those are just two quick examples that I just pulled off the top of my head. But if there's something relevant to your brand or a campaign that you're working on just for a certain season or for a certain month, definitely make sure that you continue to create video content that speaks to it as well too. That way, people will start utilizing that content and it encourages users to participate as well too. Create GIFs or GIFs, as some of you may say, of different products and services. I think this example on the right-hand side is a really great way to showcase that. As you can see, Stan Socks, this is a short video snippet, but it's really a GIF where you can see the different types of socks that they do offer. Also, an opportunity for you to create videos on short how-tos, especially if you're a product or a service. Instagram is a really great way for you to create these quick 1, 2, 3 steps videos so that someone can be more familiar with what your brand is about and how to utilize it to its advantage. As mentioned, Instagram is all about influencers. Users are also expecting to see influencer content as well too. So whether you're utilizing an influencer as part of your branded content or an influencer is posting about your brand, this is a really great way for you to engage that influencer when it comes to sharing your brand story via video. Also, another thing that you can add is customer testimonials. I've seen this growing more and more when it comes to the ads in general. But basically, you can stitch together a bunch of different customer testimonials and put it together as a quick 15-second or 30-second video. And it really proves to people that your brand is really worthwhile and worth a try. Twitter, let's not forget. Tweets with video are 6 times more likely to be retweeted than its image counterparts. In terms of how Twitter is being utilized, users are seeking news, looking at trending topics. Sports and entertainment is a huge opportunity when it comes to Twitter. We care about what's happening now, and the content is more or less on the go. When it comes to advertising, videos appear in feed and in search results, in stream and live, and you could also promote a pre-recorded video. When it comes to organic, very, very similar to where video is placed in the advertising network, with the exception that there is no in-stream that you can promote or place rather within organic. And when it comes to Twitter Live, as mentioned, you can promote pre-recorded with the help of Twitter's partner, Periscope. When it comes to best practices, please, please, please recycle video content, especially since you put all your time and effort and resources into creating something really worthwhile. The reason why I say that and for Twitter and not for other channels is because content moves so fast on Twitter, it has what I like to call a short shelf life. You can use the same video but test with different copies and call to actions as part of your content calendar strategy. Make sure you include a hashtag as part of your video, especially if you're trying to encourage users to take an action, as well as incorporate it within your tweet copy as well too. Keep it short and to the point. Similar to most of the social platforms, we are working off a mobile first world. So it's very important that we're designing our content and video content, especially with a snackable mindset, especially when users are likely to be exposed to your content when they're browsing through mobile. When it comes to ideas, similar to Instagram, create short videos or GIF related to a trend. Especially when it comes to Twitter, there's so many different trends. National Hot Dog Day, National Hot Chocolate Day, anything that is related to your brand that you can really leverage, that's not too off with your brand voice. This is a really great fun activity for you to create those short pieces of content that can really allow you to engage with your consumers, as well as create videos when it comes to your customer testimonials as well too. And play around with live. Show a glimpse of behind the scenes that people normally don't get to see, especially when there's so much news and clutter, you would say, on Twitter. Do something really fun and interesting as a really great way to break from the noise and really stand out. When it comes to LinkedIn, this is a place where we would keep in touch with our professional contacts, a place for you to job search or recruit, see updates from brands, and it's really great when it comes to B2B marketing. It's also another way for us to reach decision makers and those who influence decision makers. And did you know that video is the most likely to generate conversation? And because of this fact, the growth led to Stories beta. I'm sure some of you guys have seen within your organic LinkedIn feed and profiles what it looks like on the right-hand side. But this is really the launch of Stories and really the growth of video on this platform in general. And what's really great is that there is an opportunity to test out Stories beta as part of its video product suite on ads, but it's currently not launched for all brands. So you have to make sure that you talk to your LinkedIn representatives to assess the opportunities. But I'm really excited to say that I'm gearing up to launch it for some of my brands that I manage. So I will definitely report back to you guys in terms of what success really looks like. So when it comes to advertising, video appears on LinkedIn feed as well as LinkedIn stories. And like I mentioned, this is in beta and will launch this quarter and has launched for some brands already. When it comes to organic, you do have the opportunity to post your video on LinkedIn feed, LinkedIn stories, as well as LinkedIn Live. Unlike Twitter and Facebook, LinkedIn does not allow pre-recorded uploads. That is because they do not want to break the trust of their consumers. And fun fact is LinkedIn is actually the most trusted platform. So it definitely is worthwhile to test a video strategy on this. When it comes to best practices, make sure that you upload a video natively on the platform versus linking out to a video. The facts show that when you upload a video natively, you do garner much higher engagement rates than if you're posting a video link that clicks out to YouTube or to another place that's hosting the video. Showcase a challenge or an opportunity upfront within your video content. What is it that you're trying to say very, very early on in your video? And especially when you're thinking about the people that are consuming the content on LinkedIn, make sure that your video is always thinking from the lens of an education standpoint. When it comes to content ideas, that kind of brings into my next point about thought leadership. An idea is to create a series with Live Weekly. People want to hear from brands, people want to be educated. This is why they're on the platform. And this is also a really good way for your brand to establish authority. An example is that you can share your company's stance on a trending topic, something that you normally wouldn't do on a different channel, but you're wanting to do it on a more serious topic. So this is a really great forum for you to utilize that and test out video in a way that you wouldn't, say on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. When it comes to YouTube, we can't forget that aside from it being a video heavy platform, of course, it's also the world's second largest search engine. Your potential customers are actually searching for videos related to your business. So it's definitely a missed opportunity if your brand isn't present or has its channel page. In terms of how users are actually utilizing YouTube, it's mostly for entertainment. Some are hoping to learn, and some are hoping to inspire as well. When it comes to advertising, this is how video within video is actually used. So you can have skippable video ads. The viewer can skip after 5 seconds and will appear before, during, and after the main video. The second is non-skippable. It must be watched before the video can be viewed for up to 15 seconds. And then last but not least is bumper ads. They're non-skippable up to 6 seconds and must be watched before your video can be viewed. When it comes to organic, you can upload your video natively for up to 15 minutes of video content time, as well as utilize your video on YouTube Live. An example of how YouTube Live has been used in the past year or two is for concerts, for streaming important debates, fun stuff like that. And especially if you're new to YouTube, make sure that you create an introduction channel, or video rather, that shows what your brand is all about. As a, hey guys, thanks for visiting this channel. This is really what we're about. This is the type of content that you're expecting to see. That type of language is really, really important, especially if someone is seeing your brand and your channel for the very first time. Use a relevant, catchy video title. As I explained, YouTube's also a search engine as well too, so it's very important that you're using headlines that are very clear, to the point, and speaks to exactly what you're trying to do. Optimize your videos to be search friendly. When you do upload a video on YouTube, YouTube will give you the options to include different tags related to your content. You can start by typing tags such as flowers, roses, daisies. And as you start typing, YouTube will also continue to generate recommendations for you to add in as a tag. And make sure to utilize a captivating thumbnail. This goes without saying, but more important when it comes to YouTube, because there's just so much video content out there. The only way for your video to really stand out, aside from it appearing within the search engine results, is by making sure that your thumbnail stands out above the noise. When it comes to content, post tutorials, post how-tos, Share a longer form of your brand story and history that you weren't able to when it comes to the other channels. Showcase behind the scenes, and also think about it as another way to host a TV commercial. Video content is not cheap to produce, but I've seen some great ads and TV commercials produced in a matter of a day within the comfort of a creative director's home using minimal people and objects. Here's a few of my favorite that you can use that are social media friendly with their relatively low costs. The first one is Canva Animator. So some of you may have already learned about Canva or utilized Canva when it came to creating like Instagram posts with memes and quotes. And it's very good for image templates as well too. But did you also know that they also have Canva Animator for videos? It's super user friendly, and you could download the video files as a GIF or as a movie format. Next on the list is Crello. It's also very user-friendly with animated post templates readily available for you to use. Third on the list is Quik by GoPro. It's an iPhone and Android app which allows you to put together both images and video to create a social-friendly video. Last but not least is Spark Video, powered by Adobe. No editing skills needed and is absolutely free. In summary, make sure that you design for sound off and mobile first. Hook users in the first few seconds with your primary message. You're going to lose your user if you don't get your brand message up front early on as possible. This is to make sure that you encourage someone to continue watching your video so that they can get the rest of your message loud and clear in their heads. And as part of that, make sure you also use a captivating thumbnail. If you do decide to use video content across different social channels, make sure the orientation is feed friendly versus story. It's very, very important to appear as native as possible so it doesn't appear like an ad. Well, that about sums it up. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll be around if you have any questions. Thank you.